it's important because you want the story to keep on going.
Okay, so without the main idea, the story doesn't keep going. What did you say before that? What happens without the main idea? What happens to the story?
It breaks apart.
It breaks apart, right? So the story breaks apart without the main idea. So, the story breaks apart without it. And that is Yoselli. I think I spelled that right. Did I spell that wrong? I spelled that. Oh, did I spell it right? Okay, good. So the story falls apart, it breaks apart without it. Was the story I told you all about the kids falling out of the U-Haul, was that more interesting than the one I told Garrett?
Mm-hmm.
So why is the main idea important, Nadreen?
Because you gave us more information than we did him.
Were you more interested in the book than you think he was? So why is it important? What does it do? Do you all, if you don't... Why is it important? Just thought of something. Why is it important? What does it do to the story? What does it do to the story? Vincent, what does it do to the story?
The main idea keeps it not coming apart, and you'll get more interested with the main idea.
Oh, so the main idea makes a story more interesting,
You
right?
told him the story without the main idea.
And it wasn't interesting to him, was it? He couldn't understand why I was so excited. So it makes the story interesting. Makes it interesting. And that is Vincent. It makes it interesting. If you all read something, like Garrett, that story didn't make sense to him, did it? So he didn't want to listen to me anymore. He was done. So when you read a book and you don't understand what the main idea is, what do you do if you're confused and you don't understand what you're reading? What do you typically do?
Think about the main
Oh.
idea.
Brianna, what do you do if you don't?
Read it.
Sometimes you reread it. Sometimes you reread it, and that's what a good reader does. But what if after you reread it, you still don't understand? You still get confused. Do you keep reading it?
Yes. No.
Some of you all have something called abandoning book, right? You abandon books that you don't find interesting, right? So that's why the main idea is so important. And so this is something that we're going to work on this week. We're going to work on it in our small groups as we learn about the Pilgrims. Ooh, that's a big word. That's a big word. We're going to learn, keep thinking. We're not going to talk about it in big group. We're going to talk about it in small group. We're going to find out who the Pilgrims are. Oh, and we're going to find out what the main idea is of the reading we're going to be looking at this week. And we're going to support that main idea. Ooh, we're going to support that main idea, Tyler, Tristan. We're going to support that main idea with details from our story. Okay. So, yes, Brianna.
Miss Dowdy read it to us about pilgrims.
She did, so you all kind of know what pilgrims are already. Great. So hopefully metacognition will start screaming at you all when... Metacognition, what did I say? Meta. Meta will start screaming at you all when we read this text. Okay, I was going to let you all know when we go into Daily 5, there is a new activity in WordWord. You all are going to be sentence samurais. Ooh, that's a big word. Samurai. What do you think the word samurai could mean? Hunter.
Oh, ninja.
Like a ninja. You're going to be sentence samurais. So I'm going to show you real quick as I get over here. This is what you're going to do. Everybody turn your direction this way. Okay. So if you will look on the back, there are instructions. And there are your group number. What group? RG1s, RG2s, RG3s. And word work, I've only got right now, I guess, Bray and Cheyenne and Yoselli. You can work on this with a partner. You can do it by yourself, okay? And what you're going to need to do is you're going to create the longest sentence using these words that makes sense. Your sentence has to make sense. So, like, for example, I would come over here and I might say, on opening night, many artists sold paintings. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? So then what I'm going to do is on the back it tells me for short words I get 1 point. And for long words I get 3 points. So, hold on. So I'm going to go back and look at my sentence. And I'm going to count up how many short words. And I'm going to give myself 1 point for each short word. Then I'm going to count up my long words. I'm going to give myself 3 points for each long word. Okay? Once you have made up your sentence, you're going to need to write your sentence down on a sheet of paper. I'm going to have the scrap paper over there. Okay? Oh, I need all eyes on me. You're going to write your sentence down, and you're going to put beside it how many points you got. Okay? Now, if you finish, what do you think you can do? If you finish, what do you think you can do? Sally, what can you do if you finish?
You can flip it over and you can rewrite it.
No, but you're on the right track. You can make a new sentence, right? You can try and go back and make a new sentence. But remember, what your sentence says here, you need to write it down on your sheet of paper, okay? And turn that into the writing tray, okay? Are there any questions about this, Hunter?
Oh, there's two words that are
The same? That's okay. That means you can use it, right? Yoseli.
Are we gonna do can we do okay.
Was it with the spelling words?
Yes.
We don't have our spelling words yet, so we can't do that right now, okay? Okay, so we're going to do this for word. Ben.
What do we do for writing?
For writing is up here, and let's see here. I think we're doing one of these things up here, right? The letters. There's the list where you can look at this and make lists. I think there's new ones. List things a pilgrim might say. List things you are grateful for. List things lighter than a potato. So these are new list cards, okay? And then there's also the research cards that are still up here, okay? So that's work on writing. Any other questions? Bray. Thank you for using the secret signal.
If you don't have a partner on WordWork, do you do it with the puppets?
You can. You can have the puppet set beside you.
Okay.
Cheyenne. For me, you just need to bring a pencil. Okay? Miss Jackson, do you have anything special for them?
No.
Nope? Okay. Well, she has something special for you, but you don't need to take anything special for her. Hunter.
Oh, okay. I'm the only one.
Oh, well, we might need to have someone write you a letter, right?
Yeah.
If someone doesn't write you a letter, Miss Williams will write you a letter. Any other questions? So when you go to work on writing or word work, make sure you look on the back for which RG1, RG2, RG3, okay? All right, any other questions? Okay. When I say go, you will need to gather your materials.
Quickly and quietly.
Go.
To your own personal space.
Begin.
Immediately.
Working.
The entire time.
On.
Reading.
If you finish.
Practice it again.
Voice level.
0 less than the partner level 1.
If you need to go to the restroom.
That's 3 the right.
Oh, sorry. If you have a question.
That's 3 the right you.
Trick to you all. If you have to go to the bathroom.
Put down and go. Only in daily sight. Withdraw.
Any other questions for me?